Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader. Last time we finished up on Kiavagama. We defeated the fabricator sensor dude. What was his name? Cubith? Something like that. And we got a strange, sort of creepy, scary vision of oh, I forget his name. Something the Cruel, I think. He looked really cool. He looked like an Oni almost. And he put some worrying thoughts into our head about having sort of a bloodline destined to aid chaos or something like that. But eventually he left us alone, and we're now here in the Kranich view, system view. Kiavagama is now a colony, so we can upgrade it. We're currently working on executing Calculating Holiness, which should be fun. But before we do anything else, we need to head back to the bridge and talk to some of our companions. And hopefully this is voiced, because my voice is a little tired today. Oh, that's not where we're supposed to go. Here, back to the bridge. Initiative determines how quickly your characters react to dangers and challenges. Characters with low initiative act later in battle than others. Go figure. Go figure. Alright, let's see what our friends have to say about the events that have transpired. Alright, we know that, we know Heinrich definitely has something to say. We're gonna wait on him for a moment. Let's talk to Abelard.
Lord Captain.
Nothing. Okay. Nothing new in here?
A noble aspiration. As you wish. As you wish. Of course.
No.
Lord Captain.
Alright. So not everybody's gonna have something new to say. That's fine, I guess. Any Vox spirits? Nope. Okay. Alright, Cassia, anything new?
Words cannot I haven't.
No. Argenta.
Greetings.
Nope. Helmsman. Nope. Alright, let's go talk to Heinrich. Nobody else down on this side, right? No. Okay. Everybody else is on the other end of the bridge.
You have my complete attention.
Alright. Are you satisfied with the results of your mission on Kiavagama? I am bored of her yet. Okay. Are you satisfied?
More than. The data we retrieved is already in the hands of the Inquisition, in the custody of those who can extract the secrets of the future from the claws of chaos. The sacrifices made to the Cogitator will not have been for nothing.
Yeah, he sacrificed thousands of people, right? Yeah, made him more callous.
We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
Heinrich permits himself the ghost of a smile.
However, there is something I must tell you. Back there at the Cogitator, my decision to let it complete its operation allowed me to... I can't even find words to perceive something of what is to come. You deserve to know this. The cult is threatening the worlds within your protectorate, after all.
Smile fades from the interrogator's face. Is he allowed to have seen that? Sack or imprison him. He is chaotic.
I could choose to think of it as an echo of the past or a specter of the future, but that's not it. Warp sorcery joins stretches of time together, violating the accepted sequence and flow of events. I heard a resonance of the person behind the cult. I faced demons more than once before, but this... I couldn't have imagined such a concentration of evil and corruption. I am convinced that one of the greater demons is behind the cult of the Final Dawn. Beware the day when that demon finds a way to appear in this world.
One of the greater demons? I wonder what that means. Touching the cogitator did something to you. I want to know what. So we can try and persuade him here. Only 49% chance. What are you going to do next? So now I can be rid of you? I think that will be all for now. I want to know what it did to you.
No
Yes!
servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to psychers, the soul of a psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy.
That's really cool. I like that. Sort of almost like you have to become your enemy to understand your enemy kind of thing. Though I don't think they go quite as far as becoming them. But, you know what I mean. Hyrix is silent for a long time, his eyes distant. Then he meets your gaze.
I was operating the machine created by the servants of the archenemy, and in doing so, I attracted the attention of the cult's master. Thank the throne that it was only a glancing touch. If it hadn't been, we would not be speaking here today. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eye gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me. Enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only.
That is bad for you, but that sort of dedication's pretty admirable. Oh man, okay. So, also, they mentioned greater demons, and we know about regular demons. And there's the Chaos Marines. I'd be interested to know the sort of hierarchy of the archenemy. Is there like a like an ultimate evil at the top, or is it just like a conglomerate of evil things that are, you know, some are more powerful than others, but there's not one that's sort of calling all the shots? It seems like there are factions within the ruinous powers, right? Like the cult of the Eternal Dawn, Edge of Dawn, whatever it is. Seems like it's its own separate faction. So I don't know if there's like if there's just like factions, and each faction is maybe led by a greater demon. I don't know. What are you going to do next?
My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the Fabricator Sensors machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it.
Sure thing, buddy. I think that will be all for now.
Now that my mission is concluded, I can devote my time to other things, such as that long-promised conversation with the Lord Captain.
Hymex's eyes are fixed on you as if he is pondering something. At last, having made a decision, he says quietly, "It would be a pleasure. Why don't we go to my study? I'm rather busy just now, but we shall certainly revisit this." Forget it. It would be a pleasure.
After you, Lord Captain.
Hymex bows slightly. Alright, come into my study. You spend a couple of hours in leisurely conversation with Heinrich von Calix. All the while, you cannot shake the feeling that the interrogator's questions are in pursuit of some goal other than simply sustaining the genteel chit-chat. When the general topics at last are exhausted, an awkward pause hangs in the air between you. The interrogator glances at the desk, piled high with papers. "I suppose the news of your inheritance of the Sacred Warrant comes as a complete surprise to you. Abelard mentioned searching for heirs once, and how some of them felt about their lives changing forever. Not all of them fully understand the duty they were taking on. Von Kalik says this in a deadpan voice, and you cannot tell if this apparent indifference is real or feigned. You can relate, of course. Your life once changed beyond recognition as well. Sometimes I miss my old life. To be honest, I'm thrilled with my new life. Being Rogue Trader has its advantages. For instance, I can torment a servant of the Holy Inquisition with impunity. I think Imogene's really enjoying her life now. You know, she was, like I said at the beginning of the playthrough, she was sort of like this warrior queen sort of character, right? It was, you know, she's royalty or nobility, but she's like all about fighting and all that. She's loyal to the Empire and to the God Emperor, and it kind of feels like Rogue Trader's meant for her, right? She goes around with her own personal country of soldiers, basically, on this ship, fighting the archenemy for the Emperor, yeah, and humanity in general. To be honest, I'm thrilled with my new life. Driven, inquisitive people rejoice when they are given the chance to reach their full potential in service to the God Emperor. Hammox looks around the study. I can judge a person based on their surroundings, but not here. There is thick with the memory of Theodora, the decor, the trophies. There are only slight changes related to daily rituals. What you're saying is that this labored conversation was a pretext for studying me? This has felt like an interrogation rather than a conversation for a while now. All in good time. Kind of like the all in good time option. I'm gonna go number 1 though. That isn't what I said. Alex looks down with a laugh. I'm not looking for heresy or deviations from the Imperial Creed. I'm trying to have a conversation, to learn about your life and what interests you. You can judge how well it's going for yourself. Really? In that case, I should choose the next topic, if you don't mind. Let's talk about what interests you instead. I'll choose the next topic, if you don't mind. Harrings looks at you, intrigued. Be my guest. And what do you want to talk about? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Classics. Let's talk about your romantic preference. It's always stimulating. It's always a stimulating topic, don't you find? Coming on a little strong there. Tell me a secret. Why don't we discuss the Holy Inquisition's plan in the Koran's Expanse? That is a light, undemanding topic. Let's talk about what interests you instead. Favorite color. What kind of question is that? I don't place any importance on such trivial things. Red? Yes, I suppose my favorite color would be red. Favorite food? Harris looks at you in polite bewilderment. I place no great importance on the minutiae of my daily life. Smile. I recall your colorful metaphor involving emisec and cheese. Yeah. Your memory is excellent. I suppose you've caught me there. Such extravagances are not always available when I travel to different worlds in the course of my duties, so I value the moments when I can enjoy them. Not gonna tell me a secret. That is a very strange question, don't you think? A secret. You already know more than enough about me, Imogen. Okay. Am I gonna miss out on the opportunities to ask these? Let's talk about what interests you instead. The interrogator's eyes narrow. Me? Well, there's one thing that interests me. What's that? My weapons or the board game? The Silvermark flank opening. Why use it in the middle game? I'm sorry, what? Lord Imperium succeed. Are you talking about the Regicide board? Regicide board? The game on the board isn't mine. It's kind of strange that I haven't, like, altered that since I've been here. But yeah, that isn't mine. Ah, that's a shame. I noticed the combination as soon as we came in, and I've been eager to ask about the thinking behind White's strategy. Harrix lapses into silence as he intently studies the pieces on the board. You see his jaw relax and a spark of life kindle in his eyes. Observe. Do you play Regicide? I've never understood this strange pastime. Do you play? Oh yes. Heinrich smiles wistfully. Or rather, I used to play. Back when I had an opponent. I usually lost, but Regicide is one of the few domains where failure carries no consequences, except the chance to get better. And it was a very, very long time ago. If you'll permit me. Heinrich bites his nail in thought, his eyes not leaving the board, then he reaches out and cautiously moves a piece. Then another 2 pieces, and another 2. All of his attention is absorbed in rearranging the pieces on the board. I've got it. The Calixian prong with a divisionary sacrifice drawing the opponent into Zugzwang. Elegant. Very elegant. Pleased to have unraveled the mystery, the smiling interrogator looks up at you and, upon seeing your expression, coughs and looks away. Apologies. I got carried away. Why are you apologizing? For the first time in this entire conversation, you did something you actually wanted to do. I am pleased to see at least a hint of passion in you at last. You are boring me, Master Van Calix. Let's end our conversation here. Don't apologize. Yeah, why are you apologizing? Heinrich shifts awkwardly. I did? Interesting observation. Heinrich runs a hand through his hair. You're right. I haven't been able to break out of my usual role. Asking targeted questions and then just sitting back and listening. My work leaves no room for personal desires, and I rarely even ask myself what I want. This game, it distracted me from me. Perhaps it would be easier to find common ground over a great game of Regicide. I'm enjoying just sitting with you. You're boring me. Let's play. Heinrich looks at you. Perhaps, if you're offering. I don't know how to play Regicide, but I'm confident that you will make a fine teacher. I know how to play Regicide. Perhaps we could talk over a game from time to time. I have much more exciting ideas about how we can spend our time together, but Regicide sounds good as well. I don't really want to act like I'm a teacher or a student. Not that I actually know how to play Regicide, but Imogen, I imagine, she grew up. I imagine board games is something nobility like to do in their spare time, so I'm sure she knows how to play. Y'all want to make like a sort of flirtatious comment about it? Sure, let's do it. Number 3. Heinrich's lips tremble from suppressing either a smile or a grimace. Oh god. I would gladly join you in a game. The box on your desk buzzes to life and you both jump. Heinrich inclines his head. You are wanted, and I have taken up enough of your time. I suppose it really is time to end our conversation. Running away, are you? You have, and I don't wish to waste any more of it on you. Running away, are you? Yeah, let's be a little playful here. No, just deferring to your duty, Lord Captain. Okay. That was good. That was good. All right. Let's go talk to Pascal. I like Heinrich. He's cool. But first, Yanis. Anything new? No. And actually, I just remembered we have to go talk to this thing too, right? The Cogitator. The tech priest by the Cogitator nods curtly. The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain. Hand the Darganis datapad to the tech priest. Access the data from Darganis. With reverent trepidation, the tech priest accepts the device from your hands and places it inside one of the drives, all the while honoring the machine with modulating Benharic prayer. The turbines within the Cogitator stir into motion and the vid screen lights up. Yep, stuff. Status initiated. Epitaph. Interesting. The tech priest extracts the data slate from the Cogitator and gives it to you. The machine spirit has revealed the contents of the encrypted data, and I hereby pass it to you. This is where I reach the limit of my authorization, but you now have the option to review the decrypted data personally. Alright, personal notes here. Rogue trader like a lackey. It is humiliating and dispiriting to put up with the part of an errand servant to put up with the part of an errand servant to an imperious madman vested with even greater power than any of the rogue traders. Alas, when one side of the scales holds my pride and the other the fate of the Von Valances protectorate and my entire bloodline, choice becomes a futile illusion. It would be far too naive of me not to prepare for the worst. Epitaph will decide the future of the Expanse as a whole. But I have some time at my disposal until then. Heirs with the Von Valances blood in them will soon be located and brought to me. I cannot afford to delay the choice of successor any longer. Okay. Hand the next one over. The tech priest connects the data slate to the cogitator's drive with such care as if he is holding the greatest of treasures. The servo motors hum as they begin to stir, and lines of text on the vid screen swiftly replace one another. Incident initiated. The great machine has transformed the secret data into a format that you can comprehend, without the assistance of a servant of the Omnissiah. The tech priest retrieves the data slate from the heart of the cogitator, holding it with both hands, and passes it to you. The data bank in the... I don't know, I just malfunctioned. The data bank decryption procedure has been completed without complication. The tech priest stops short. The green lights of his visor, fixed on the cogitator screens, flicker nervously. Alright, preliminary report import 073. Reporter, Unit Q59-0, Research Group. Subject of study. Active samples of the terrible disease. Assigned name Tech Blight. Effect. The Tech Blight is capable of corroding matter and destroying it from within at a terrifying speed. This deadly plague infects mechanisms as well as any metal and other materials used as their basis. No technology known to the Crimson Priesthood, neither gifts from the great Omnissiah nor heretical products of Xenos, can withstand this onslaught. The disease poisons and warps the very essence and taints the code of sacred mechanisms. Observations. The Tech Blight triggers an effect that is repulsive at its core. It transforms metals into horrific forms of an unpredictable nature. During testing, it demonstrated the ability to fuse solid matter with organic objects, creating something new as a result. The phenomenon was assigned the name tech splicing. Method of transportation: ceramic capsules. Burnt clay is the only thing that can contain the pestilence. Extra caution must be taken given the container's fragility. Any damage might result in an uncontrolled outbreak. Damaging the container is unacceptable. Current stage. Tests to subjugate the Tech Blight to his will and turn it into a weapon subject to the Omnissiah's wisdom. Test result assessment success. Note: the tests triggered an event recorded under the name Incident N87204. The quest for knowledge in his name will continue. Hypothesis 1. The Tech Blight was created in the darkness of unknown worlds, away from the eye of the great creator. Hypothesis number 2. Any taint that exists to harm the machine god's creations can and will be bent to his will. Hope this guy didn't just catch Tech Blight. That'd be bad. Strings of numerical code began appearing with frightening speed. This time the numbers are interspersed with words you can understand, and those words form legible sentences. Epitaph brought her to the beginning. Epitaph begot the incident, that which destroyed. The incident became the starting point. Oh, no. And changed everything. Okay. Input and unpack comp nom OS analysis status initiated. The incident breathed life and marked the beginning of all. It marked the beginning of Nomos. Nomos? It created Nomos. The tech priest, now alarmed, is tapping the keys on the control panel. His Benharic prayer gives way to distressed whispering. Unacceptable deviation. Violation of the sacred protocols. Possibility of tech heresy. Omnissiah, shield us from all heresy. A few moments later, the vid screen darkens and flicker to life again. What was that just now? I saw a word among the lines of code. Nomos. What does it mean? The incompetence is appalling. The rogue traders, cogitators, rebelling in your so-called assistance is utterly worthless. You will report this to Pascal. What was that just now? The imperfections of Vox transmission make the tech priest's voice sound even more worried. A catastrophic mistake. A heinous violation of the purity of the hallowed code. This mechanism is touched by heresy. It is branded and tainted by it. Now the machine spirit produces code as before, and yet... Lord Captain, heed my plea. All operations on this machine must be halted until the Engineer Prime can inspect it. What does Nomos mean? That is a mystery to me. If this mechanism truly is tainted, then... Could it be? The tech priest's mechadendrite jitters anxiously over the control panel. If heresy truly has taken hold of this machine spirit and scorned the omnicize every tenant, then the spirit's madness could be such that it has chosen a name for itself. But that is nothing more than my hypothesis. Okay, report this to Pascal. The tech priest bows guiltily, and his mechanical voice becomes hollow and dejected. My knowledge is insufficient to cleanse the code of this mechanism. I will inform the esteemed Engineer Prime of this disturbing development. Only he has the power to expel the heresy from this corrupted machine spirit. Alright. He better get to it. Alright, Jay, anything new for you?
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
It seems like you and Trickster Core were close. Shame he lost his head.
My gang is quite the void beast, Shireen, with 3 heads stemming from a single neck. Core's untimely demise will not interfere with our mutual business. I do feel sorry for his twin, though. Tora has been getting into trouble with her brother since they were kids. Getting out of trouble too, but not this time.
The sparkle in Jay's dark eyes fades for an instant. She looks away and continues dryly.
But why are we talking about the departed, Shireen? We must save a few good words for the living. Take Falco, for example. I will impale that ashmag on a stake, Shireen. You will see. I will pick a slim one, so he has more time to appreciate it.
Jay clenches her steel hand until it starts squeaking in protest. Alright, later.
Oh, I have...
Alright, let's talk to... Since we know we have to talk to, a navigator. Greetings, Lord Captain. Navigator Cassini. Oh, it's got a name. Cassini. At your service. Alright. Early up. Anything new?
Talk.
Nope. Okay. Alright, Pascal. Buddy, what's going on with the tech priests at Kiava Gamma? What's going on?
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Have you studied Demence's neural augmetic yet?
I have destroyed it.
Pascal stares at you inscrutably and says in a soft voice. Damn. Pascal's steadfastness in his vows has presumably won out over his curiosity. Oh, that's it?
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Hmm.
The Omniscient knows all. May your...
I don't know. I feel like he didn't destroy it. I think he's lying to me. I don't appreciate that. Well, I guess that makes it easier or quicker to get off the ship. Okay, so what did we need adamantine and people, right, to get our colony worlds upgraded? There was plasteel here, right? Just double checking. Plasteel. No, we don't need plasteel. Not right now, anyway. I wonder if there's going to be a time where I'm able to get, like, just buy extractiums. Alright, I don't remember if there's anything at Nola Septum. Oh, it tells me. Adamantine. Yep, we got adamantine here. On the ice world. Just go ahead and grab that. Oh, they're both ice worlds. 7 promethium on that one. That's so much. 2 adamantine. That's what we're after. Yes. There we go. So now if we go to Colony Manager. And was it you that needed this? The shrine. We can get the shrine. Okay. Shrine worlds are treasures of the Imperium, spiritual gems shining in the darkness. For Foulstone to become a shrine world, will require an ocean's worth of thrones and bribes to greedy ecclesiarchy officials, as well as mountains of extremely rare materials to erect cathedrals worthy of the status. However, succeeding will give House von Valancia's prestige and the Order of the Hammer's eternal gratitude. I do like that. Efficiency, security, complacency, profit factor. We get the Hammer of Epiphany, a two-handed power hammer. All damage dealt with this weapon pushes an enemy. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we read that before. Is that what I really want? So Crusades, I can't get. And this is the one that would need people. And that's to do Injustice's footsteps. Thousands of believers are flocking to Foulstone in hope of serving the Emperor. Their energy can be directed toward the colonization and conquest of new worlds, as commanded by Saint Justice. The construction of pilgrims' arcs will require enormous resources, but wealth is nothing to the true believers. This does give us 2,500 rep for the Drusians, 8 complacency, 3 profit factor, and Accuser of Sin. The charge ability grants additional damage equal to the wearer's willpower bonus against demons and Xenos. Not gonna lie, that could be good for Heinrich. Was I already building this one? No, I'm building that right now. Darganis. Alright, we could get one of these. I think we decided we weren't going to do Seasons of War. Or we can't do Seasons of War. So it was between Adeptus Arbitus. The creation of fortresses of justice will establish the rule of law and attract reliable merchants and partners. And this gets us the This is the one we wanted, right? Whenever the wearer performs a heroic act, they recover all their wounds and gain... Yeah. I think that's the one I want. Yeah. Okay, execute. Adeptus Arbitus on Darganis. Very cool. And that does expend this stuff. Okay. Good to know, good to know. Which means I can't now go back to Foulstone and get this. Okay. We need to get more adamantine. So we have time to think about which one of these we want. I do think I want Shrine World. Which means we need to find 3 more adamantine. Yeah, Shrine World sounds cooler to me. Alright. So we need 3 more adamantine. We have 2 extractiums. So we could go get that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's find some more adamantine. Pastille. Well, we have to go this way anyway. Do not have a choice. Have I not been up to this one? I haven't. Okay. This one has adamantine. So head there. Get this adamantine. Maybe it'll be 3. That'd be good. I think most of the times it's 2 though. Yeah, 2. Okay. Do I need 2 or 3 for this? Okay, I need 1 more. Okay. Any of you have an adamantine? I'd like to go if any of these are close by that have it. No. Where's the next world that has adamantine? Lot of pastille. This one has that. Oh, I'm already getting it though. Already getting it. Okay, well nothing nearby. Guess we can go check this one out. Go ahead and make it safe. It's begun a new stage of development. Yanis says. Troubling news arrived from Yanis, your ladyship. While digging an irrigation ditch, the workers found a Xeno obelisk made of unknown material. It was delivered to a laboratorium and subjected to a number of tests, one of which caused a reaction. The obelisk generated a low-frequency vibration, and the events that followed were catastrophic. A series of anomalies were recorded in the Epsilon 2 Majoris region. It is almost like Yanis itself is fighting us there. Many logistical chains have been disrupted. The only people who visit the uncontrolled territory are the wretches fleeing deeper into the region in greater and greater numbers. The observers report strange fires in the sky at night, completely imperceptible to the augurs. The Adeptus Mechanicus recommend we fence off the afflicted area. According to their hypothesis, this anomaly is the world's attempt at self-recovery and therefore should be studied, not interrupted. What exactly is happening there? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. How are the wretches involved? We do not know. It is as if they all received a signal telling them to abandon their work and rush deep into the afflicted territory. Some were stopped by the watchmen, appointed by your order. Unfortunately, about 100 still made their way into the region. What exactly is happening there? The vegetation demonstrated a remarkable ability for wild growth. It took the plants only 2 days to overrun the agro-complexes in the region. Extinct species of local megafauna have been spotted in the newly formed jungle, aggressive and acting in unnatural cohesion. So I could get some advice, or methodically eliminate everything in the region, plants, animals, wretches, everything. Send in the scouts, let us see what they manage to find, isolate the region, and commence research. We must understand what we are dealing with. Advisors? The nature of Yanis is rising up. It is a lucky coincidence that Yanis harbors specialists who are not only experts on controlling life, but on destroying it as well. Even though reports from the Magos biologist Capella bear no mention of the storage of weapons of mass destruction, I have no doubt that they do possess some. They always have some lying around. I see no reason not to let them use them against this whatever it is. Deployment of fortified research stations in the affected sectors is recommended. The benefit of gathering more information justifies the increased casualty rate among personnel. The sickly creatures know more about this pestilent growth than we do. Something we must amend quickly. We should catch some mutants and force them to cooperate. That way we can learn what it is we are dealing with. I'm gonna set up research outposts. May the Omnissiah be merciful to the souls of those who will give their lives in the name of obtaining knowledge. The scouts who ventured into the heart of the afflicted region discovered ancient Xenos creations emerging from the ground. The afflicted region reacted to the incursion by expanding and swallowing up some of the neighboring agro-complexes. Fortified observation stations were set up in the largest clusters of ruins. The priceless data and artifacts collected there were paid for with the lives of the many watchmen who fought against the onslaught of Yanis's enraged wilds. More profit factor, chemicals, and this thing. And we completed the Capella biologist. Cool. Alright. So we got that one down, so we could get... I should get some of these. Do I want Xeno Defense? I can't get Xeno Defense, that's right. Alright, I feel like we didn't want this one. The inhabitants of Yanis are restless. The Adeptus Mechanicus are ready to run experiments on the serfs to create improved enforcers for the defense of the agro world. Both give security +4. So do I want this thing? Yes. Grants an additional area attack that affects all adjacent cells around the wielder. Carcala's honor. Oh, this is going to use up all my adamantine. Well, I guess, do I want that, or do I want the Foulstone one? Ooh, get better profit factor. I think I want the Foulstone one. We'll revisit it if I find adamantine in this system. Okay, a warp gate. Uh-oh. Okay, I actually forgot. Before we go and explore this place, we have to search for new paths. A warp gate. Is that gonna like take me to a new part of the galaxy? I guess probably, right? I'm sure that's sort of its purpose. I'm guessing these are gonna be like shortcuts. Alright, well, we got an enemy of humanity over here. Let's go take him out. Let's explore this first. Scanning. Nothing here on this ocean world. It's a beautiful world. What kind of world would you guys live on? I don't think I'd live on an ocean world. Or a jungle world. A jungle world sounds dangerous. An ice world could be cool, as long as it's not, like, super cold. If we're talking, like, you know, I don't know how cold an entire world has to be for it to be an ice world. Probably pretty cold. Probably pretty cold. I think I'm okay with, like, a nice Earth-like world, to be honest.
Stars tremble. Empyrean awakens.
Okay. We've got quite a few enemies here. But they don't seem too strong. Only 50 health. Oh, that was a lot of damage there. Oof. Iconoclast Destroyer. Yeah, they're doing quite a bit of damage to my boy over there. Okay. Let's go ahead and move right here.
Let the Empyrean guide us.
Attack.
Let destruction pour forth.
We're gonna need to increase our range. Attack.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Good damage there. We can destroy him, I think.
Eviscerate them.
One down. And then we're gonna want to probably do like a 45-degree turn. Yeah. To get right here.
Steer us to our target.
Hopefully he'll take care of him. As you go ahead and blast them.
Send them into the cold void.
And torpedoes.
Torpedoes, now!
Not sure why I put them there, but I guess that's what it is. Front shield.
Emblazon our path.
Oh shit. I hadn't noticed this guy. Okay, he's pretty far. That was not good, my man. Man, he got 3 attacks on me there. I don't like that. Perfect positioning, my man. I like it. Throw him up. Boom. Attack him.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Got him. Ram him.
The void shield falters. Brace for impact.
Good. Restart shields.
Steer us to our target.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting to him. Go ahead and just in turn. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some shots off here. Good, good, good. Alright, we're gonna do another 45. So we can't reach him. Go here.
Emblazon our path.
Attack.
Eviscerate them.
Dorsal.
Send them into the cold void. Charter course.
Move there. Good.
Macro cannons. Annihilate them.
Good damage, good damage. I should have put torpedoes out
Unleash torment.
the previous time. Should be good.
None will lament
No.
their demise.
How could you? You bastard. Mortified. They didn't deserve that. Make this guy pay. I hope I get them back.
Eviscerate them. Send them into the cold void.
Oh, he's almost dead. Torpedo control. Ah, so close.
Steer us to our target.
Yes. Perfect.
Let destruction pour forth.
No! His shields are too strong. Okay, well. A warp rift. What the heck is that? We're not going to be around long enough to find out, hopefully.
Smite the enemies of humanity.
Victory is ours.
Victory is ours. Okay. We got a Galleon Ceramite Void Ship plating. So this gives 7 points of damage on the port and starboard and 3 on the... Okay, doesn't seem better. Yeah, I don't think so. No. We also got Dark Halo and Unholy Amulets. 95 scrap, too. But we might have lost our ally. Did we get them back every time? Do they respawn? Go ahead and repair the hull. I don't know. Let's go ahead and explore this over here. Begin scan. Nothing. By the arduous labor and unbreakable spirit do his faithful servants fuel hundreds of imperial worlds. Their entire lives are example of true service to humanity. It's a mining world. Alright, let's check out this warp gate. Lord Captain, we are passing by a construct marked on the star charts as a dimensional gate. Our augurs are not showing any suspicious energy readings. The device is dormant, thank the Emperor. What is this gate? An ancient Xeno artifact, older than humanity itself. Judging by its design, this is a gate leading somewhere. Possibly straight into the wicked abyss of the warp. Considering all the nasty shit that used to roam around here, many captains, Her Ladyship Theodora included, have tried to reveal its secrets, but it seems that no one could figure out how it works. Good for them, if you ask me. What was Theodora interested in? Her Ladyship didn't exactly share her plans with us. Always kept them close to her chest. But I'll go out on a limb and say she was searching for a way to open the gate and see what's on the other side. The Cognizance Fleet conducted its own analysis of the Xeno artifact. All records of the expeditions to the site were added to the exploration catalog. Now see in what way exactly. I don't want to repeat the rumors, and I don't know the truth, but it was bad. There was word of ships and even whole trade convoys disappearing. Captains started avoiding the system, until eventually the Lord Inquisitor came here and made short work of it. Hasn't been much in the way of rumors ever since, actually. The Inquisition made sure voidsmen kept their mouths shut. Whatever the gates used to spew out, it must have been profane and a danger to humanity. Report received. We live to serve, Lord Captain. I wish to study it. Lord Captain, I would advise against approaching the gate. The Inquisition has declared the entire area around it off limits, impacted with mines. Our augurs won't be able to detect them. Oh, that's... What good are they then? Ignore it. Consider it done. Alright. No adamantine here and no path further north. No, I guess there's not really north in space, is there? Further into the Cineris Maleficum? I think that's what it's called. Alright, so we gotta make our way back over there. Now we could try a deadly course. We could try connecting it. That'd be cool. I don't know if it's worth it. We'll just take our time. Kiavagama has begun a new stage of development. Lord Captain, the tech priests have made a sinister discovery on Kiavagama, a blasphemous machine built at the behest of the wicked Cubist Delphim. This mechanism is capable of picking up the whispers of the warp. It seems to occasionally transmit a discordant Benharic melody into nowhere, but no encrypted data or other threats have been detected. It seems to be a functional side effect of sorts. Of course, the idea of using a machine itself, instead of astropaths to contact the voices of the warp, may seem tempting, but this machine is teeming with corruption. Its fuel tanks are satisfied with the liquefied souls of your subjects. It is enough for now, but someday it will have to be refilled. How could Cubis construct such a powerful and monstrous machine? Defying the dictums of the Omnissiah, the heretic had entered into a dangerous field of experimentation with the warp technology. It is dangerous knowledge, but the ancient and incredibly complex Vox core of the mechanism is much older than Delphim is. He had probably found it here and made use of it to fulfill his needs. What are the risks? Typical of contact with the Immaterium, it intercepts information from the warp, which puts the minds and souls of the staff serving the machine in jeopardy. The warp is treacherous. Assign the transmechanics to listen to the voices of the warp. Have them report on anything they may hear. Switch the machine from receiving to transmitting. We'll use it in place of our astropathic choir. Destroy the heresy. Retinue. On behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby declare a ban on any contact with this device. It must be removed and given to our acolytes. Normally that would be all, but I will explain further, out of respect for you. The Inquisition can reap benefits from this heretical machine. Our trained acolytes are able to carry a vigil near it, carefully listening to the dark whispers of the spirits of the Imperium without succumbing to the corruption. We could discover their plans and warn the rogue trader whenever any threat would loom over her domain. The demons wanted us to hear their vile speeches? Let them hear our righteous cry. Imogene, let me summon the most zealous preachers who would dedicate their lives and zeal to reading a litany of fury and rage to this machine. Let the inhabitants of the warp hear us and fear us. I kind of like that idea. This blasphemous creation has to be anathematized and deconstructed. In the name of total knowledge acquisition, the principles of its work must be inspected beforehand in great secrecy, requesting the right to investigate the heretical device before disposing of it. Destroy it. I can still destroy it. Okay. I'm gonna go with Heinrichs. Heinrichs, take this horrible machine away. Thank you for your cooperation. The squad of the Inquisition's acolytes secretly requisitioned the desecrated machine. After a short while, some rather curious anonymous warnings began to arrive on Darganas, and each of them had undoubtedly been paid for with blood and the souls of a selfless defender of the Imperium. Thanks to the information overheard and the whispers of the warp, many heretical plots and blasphemous messages sent by the cult of the Final Dawn have been uncovered. I got the name right when I was talking about it at the beginning of the episode. I'm proud of myself. The Protectorate has gained a new line of defense. Hell yeah, it has. Calculating holiness. Complacency 1. We got the power axe here. The Hand of Regicide. Such a terrifying name. Okay, cool. And now we can move on to the next stuff for you. We can get a Chapel of Enumeration. Only the revered and marvelously equipped temples of the Adeptus Mechanicus earn the right to become Chapels of Enumeration. Underneath their majestic vaults, cyber thurgs exercise devastation, wrecking digital rakshas, while datasmiths awaken the spirits of the blessed cogitators with arithmetical liturgies and lex prayers. Weapons and efficiency? Okay. Mag trains. A planet's manufactorums are only as efficient as its logistical system. Lex mechanics predict a major growth in the world's overall manufacturing output if haulers and airships make way for power mag trains speeding along a web of long-distance railways. 3 mechanisms, that's pretty good. Compassion for the Saint, or the Silent. A hospice for servitors will provide care for out-of-order automatons to the utter bewilderment of the Adeptus Mechanicus. 6 people. That's good. 15 iconoclast. That's also good. Alright. The motive force is life. Kiava Gamma is sufficiently advanced and well defended to have the honor of hosting an electro-priest monastery, lighting up the sky with a mighty magnetic radiance. This formidable power complex will pour thousands of gigawatts of the blessed motive force on the planet's manufactorums. We get an instability detonator. Grants us rare 5 tech use. Once per battle, one can be used to immediately remove all bleeding, burning, or toxin effects from enemies in a 10-cell radius. From enemies? These enemies receive wearer's tech use divided by 10 plus 5 times stacks of burning, toxic, and bleeding effects on target impact damage. Okay, with 20% armor penetration. I see. That's kind of cool. Vigil of the it would be cool if it was the last tech guards, but the Vigil of the Tech Guards. The Adeptus Mechanicus are concerned about the recent outbreak of heresy on Kiava Gamma. They offer to enter into a solemn alliance with House von Valancius. Under its terms, an ancient workshop preserved by Lady Theodora's order will become the site of a Prioratus Scitarius, a factory which would produce the invincible tech guards. These unrelenting warriors, impeccable in their digital vows, will secure every Adeptus Mechanicus facility in the Protectorate. Lord Captain's retinue gains the Wisdom of the Tech Guard feature. The Rogue Trader gains plus 10 tech use. Okay. And plus 2 security for all colonies. Blocks flawless servitors. Okay. Are there any in here that would be blocked if I get things? Unwelcome guests and armored rage. Okay, those. But this would need flawless servitors or the Vigil of the Tech Guards. Gotcha. This, you need flawless servitors for this one. Armored rage. And this, you need the tech guards for that one. Okay. And this, we don't have efficiency. So we'll get Vigil of the Tech Guards because that sounds cool. Although, I guess we'll see what this is. A servitor is superior to an ordinary worker in every way, being efficient, durable, and devoid of service-irrelevant brain processes. Kiava Gamma will have the capacity to provide the entire Protectorate to servants of flesh and metal once given appropriate amounts of human raw materials. The new production line will be deployed at an ancient and venerated workshop decommissioned for preservation years ago by Lady Theodora's orders. I don't want that. I don't really... Servitors kind of creep me out. Giants. Centuries ago, liturgies of assembly and first ignition were held on Kieva Gamma for majestic steel monstrosities, all crushing mountain tunnelers, mighty cargo haulers, and voracious mega harvesters. This virtuous craft is lost now, but Adeptus Mechanicus artisans can revive it. Then once again, triumphant calls of klaxons will shape the Karanis expanse. We get mobile extractiums 10. Oh man, that's good. Alright, any of these increase efficiency? This one does. This one does too. That one doesn't. I think we're gonna go with... What is our efficiency at the moment? Can I see that? 0. Okay. And we need 5 for this? 4. This is 2. And 3. Okay. So which one of these do we want first? Let's go with this one first. The motive force is life. A big old power generator. Alright. Move on to the next spot. Vabo 6 has begun a new stage of development. This is going quick now. Alright, let's do this and then we'll probably end the episode. Lord Captain, the mines of Vabo 6 are once again in turmoil. At the depths of level MD Zeta 05, the warders have discovered a mountain of mutilated bodies as if crushed by the millstones of the mining machines. All the dead are convicts. The guards believe that there is a cult of heretics operating in the ranks of slaves, offering human sacrifices. The convicts themselves claim that this atrocity was committed on the orders of the superintendent to rid the prison of the more inconvenient prisoners. The superintendent tried to reason with the mob of slaves but was mauled instead. His desecrated remains were found inside the cells where the prisoners were being tortured during the interrogation of the strange convicts. The wardens have managed to isolate the rebels inside the mining facilities, but an assault would result in high losses of workforce. On the other hand, the slaves are ready to lay down their weapons, cease their violence, and repent if the rogue trader would only demonstrate some compassion toward their plight. Possibly by reforming some of the more severe punishments. The men who killed those people that were found in the mines? Wait, no. Then who killed them? Unknown. The riot made the investigation more difficult. Maybe it was the work of the superintendent, or maybe there is, say, a cell of the Cult of the Final Dawn operating among the prisoners. But there is an oddity on the few picks that the wardens have managed to scrounge together. Using your imagination a little, you can see a certain pattern in the scattered bodies, one that is remotely similar to the ones these difficult prisoners have been drawing. Convicts have revolted against the unbearable actions of their wardens, order them to stop torturing the prisoners beyond reason, exterminate all the bastards that dare rebel against me, conduct a thorough investigation. We have to understand the slaves' cause of death, and track down the culprits. Advisors? Shireen, if the governor and a pack of wardens can't handle their duties, should they not take the place of their wards? And could there not be worthy administrators among those who oppose them? Those who could do better? An interesting concept. A mob of commoners has mauled a nobleman who had been attempting to reason with them. How awful. Perhaps the underground madness has spread among them and assumed a new form, turning them into monsters in the process? It would be cruel to kill them if that is the case. It is much more humane to dissect their brains in order to well-meaningly reduce their ferocity and inclination toward disobedience. It had once been done by my house when the serfs had rebelled in their ignorance. A rather merciful step. . 'Cause Hmm. I'm gonna tell them to order them to stop torturing the prisoners beyond reason. Praise be to your compassion. Having learned of the rogue trader's intercession on their behalf, the convicts wept and prayed for her ladyship. The wardens have generously abstained from vengeance, only hanging the ones who provoked the riot. The slaves not lifting a finger in protest, and how else would they react? The rules of the mining facilities have been relaxed a bit. The wardens were strictly instructed not to use their electric batons during preventative beatings. Oh man. Only their fists and feet. And the cruel practice of decimation was replaced with humane deprivation of rations as punishment for not fulfilling the quota. The convicts rejoiced. The interrogation also did not yield any information to help identify the one behind the murders that sparked the riot. Level MD Zeta 05 has been sealed. Alright, efficiency up and down. Okay. My efficiency's bad. Okay, so we can get these now. Test of wills. There are now more convicts than work. The surplus can be expelled from their quarries. Over time, they will run wild and harden, and from them it will be possible to select fighters for service. Interesting. 6 people, 2 security. The cannoneers recruited from the warlike tribes of Vabo 6 are noted for their outstanding marksmanship as true hunters. Torpedoes deal 15% more damage. Interesting. Okay, or killing fields. There are now more convicts than tasks to fulfill. The quarries extracting physaline sand are rightfully called killing fields. They will consume any amount of living labor. Players get superior munitions feature. All allies gain 5 ballistic skills and 5% damage to their ranged attacks. The rogue trader's munitions are produced with physaline of the highest quality. Oh man, that's good. Those benefits are good. But that's not good, is it? You need Envirodome. And I can't get Envirodome anymore for this one. That means we can't get Wrath of the Vile Rabble. Damn. Ooh, man. Did we go? I mean, this one's okay, I suppose. I do like this one, but... Okay, this is... I don't think I'd go for that. I know they're convicts, but... Damn my bleeding heart. Test the wheels. Okay. And that's where we're going to end this episode, guys, as we slowly make our way back over in this direction where we can get into the Cineris Maleficum over here. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.